Hey everyone, my name's Gunther, and welcome back to another episode of Surviving the Abyss. A lot has happened off camera, and I'm going to take a few seconds. We'll catch you up on what's changed. Right off the bat, the biggest news is our population. We're sitting at 104 total crew with some more additional engineers, if you will. So we're up to 5. And the good news is we have no more lifespans. Everybody is currently sitting at NA for lifespan, so no more having to deal with unexpected deaths within the game. So I'm quite happy with that change, which has actually helped us to expand our base a little bit. And I did take some time to kind of clean up things. My goal, I actually did detach the power generating area. I'm still not happy with this, so I might change this around. The only thing holding us back right now is our lack of scrap steel. We're pretty low right now. In other news, though, there was an update that did change a little bit of the genomes. It's made it a little bit easier to navigate. They have actually grouped all of your genomes together, and it'll tell you how many you have and what the percentages are for the general, like their workplace and the mutation chance, which has helped out a lot in just understanding where it is. And the other thing, and as you can see, we have started to unlock scientist genomes as well. So it's something else we're going to play with a little bit today. But as mentioned in our last episode, our goal today is to advance the storyline, and I think we're in a position right now where we can do so. And in order to do that, we do need to send an expedition out to the geological anomaly. So without further ado, let's dive into that. Now, I'm not. I think it was. Hang on, I gotta remember where it is. I can't remember what it was. Geological anomaly. There we go. So we have to assign quite a bit of crew, but we're finally in a position where I think that we can actually risk doing that. And I think, you know what, we're going to pull some of them from our food generation, and I think the rest are going to come from our marine stabilizers, as we have an abundance of those. And now, unfortunately, we are going to pull somebody off of the coal generators. We do need to send them. We do need them to generate as much power as possible. One thing that did happen is we did run out of oil. We used up all of our oil, and that in turn caused our power generation to drop significantly. So we are going to pull an engineer off of here. We're going to hope for the best. Now, in the meantime, taking a look at the technology tree, we do have quite a bit of technology research data available, and there's a few options. And I think, and I've been looking through this, I did unlock advanced coal generator, haven't used it yet, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to unlock the oil efficiency upgrade. So we're going to drop our oil power by oil use by 40%, which in turn is going to mean that we should be able to power both of these at the same time. And this should actually help us to pull off of our coal generators, which is just better for the environment. Let's be real. Not that you can really affect a whole lot in the ocean, 7,000 meters deep in the sea. But we are going to do that. And the other thing is, I do want to rebuild this. I'm not happy with the way this is situated. I know originally, and there was a comment on the last video, so I just want to say thank you very much for that comment. Caught me thinking, I think by the end of the last episode, I was kind of just like laying things down slap happy. So I think maybe a little bit more off screen. We're going to take some time to reset this all up in a correct manner. The other thing that we're running into while we send off the expedition is we are running into a situation with we have 3 mining subs that are idle. Can't really. This is kind of like a weird thing. So we can't really expand too fast because we don't have enough power or workers to do so. But I guess what we can do is we can set up some mining relays. Hopefully we can get everything. We just want to use up what we have. And I did forget something. Oh, why do we have no power over here? Interesting. What's our power generation? We're short by 1. Oh, great. Goodness. I did find something, though. It was maybe not here. Maybe it was over here. Lead. I actually don't even know if we can harvest lead, but we're going to give it a shot. And we'll see what it is. That's a resource we haven't really had the need to use just yet. So I'm okay with that. We are actually, this is where we're getting our scientist genome. Not a whole lot in general. There's only 14 available. We do need to get somebody working over here. And in order for us to do that, we need to get some power running. And I think the best way to do that is to maybe shut off something that doesn't really need to be there just yet. So where can we salvage some power? It's a great question, and I don't know the answer. So let's pull some people off of our coal farms, our coal generation. I think that'll help out a little bit. We'll get a little bit more we'll maximize the overall usage, and I actually think we'll pull somebody from the destroyed lab as well. All right, it looks like we have made it over to the anomaly. So you know that Milton quote from Paradise Lost, in the lowest deep, a lower deep. I hate to say it, but we found a lower deep. We can see some accessible resources near the entrance, but there's no telling what could be down there without having a look ourselves. Let's exploit that for resources. And what are we going to gain? We gained some aluminum, some copper. Fantastic. And we also discovered our first trench. So we're going to pause right here. I think that's the trench. This is all news to me. Our sonar is picking up something moving above the research facility. We don't have any ID on the target yet, but it looks unusually large. It could be a false reading. Great. Is there another type of monster out there? So before we lose access to this, we are just going to set down our first outpost. Let's butt it up against... We'll put it right here. It's going to block off access a little bit, but I think that's something that we'll have to live with. I think the trench is where we can get some additional resources. So I'm very curious to see what that's going to grab us. So we'll set that up. And somebody's attacking our research station, maybe. So the trench we discovered is highly unusual. Some sort of organism appears to be growing from inside it. Our research team believe we could potentially extract samples from this thing. We should research a trench extractor. Oh, well, I wish you said that earlier before I used up all that research that I built up. And here it is, our anomaly. We've detected an anomaly. It's attacking our coal generator. So what we can do is we can turn on the UV mode. I actually don't even know what the UV mode does. It says it's supposed to fight off this creature, but it uses up a lot of our resources. You can see it's draining significantly. Speed up time. It's hopefully that'll drive them off, and it'll only damage one building. We'll hope for the best. Let's see. Did that work? Oh, we don't have another building yet. Let's go ahead and turn this off, because I don't think we can really afford to have it on for too much longer. We are running into a situation with our coal. Oh, and our sub has returned. God help us all. Whatever just hit us was huge. Descriptions among the crew vary, but we think it's a living creature. We need to take measures now, upgrade our lighting system. Oh, that's a little redundant. So I think with the update, it might have reset. I think one of the terms was that they were stretching out when these random events would occur, and I think what it's done is it's reset the timer for all of that. So I guess that's something that we can work our way through, and it's not a bad thing per se. The other thing is we're running low on food, and that's never a good sign. I thought I fixed this. Okay, there we go. We're breaking even now. 67 food total. We also have 4 unhoused crew members. The one thing I'm finding as we expand aggressively is, in order for us to kind of maximize all of our buildings, we have to unlock scientists and engineers. The best way to do that is to, we'll use the scientists as an example. So we can attach 3 scientists. It's going to give us 44% possibility, but the downside is that we're going to have a terrible lifespan. So we want to reduce the lifespan. So as we normally do, we would just attach 4 of these. But the downside of doing that, not that we can actually use this, is that our mutation still remains pretty high, and we still have a lifespan, and I'm kind of over the lifespan. So what I found the easiest way to do this is to kind of just go with maybe 2 at a time. Wrong button. That's not what I wanted. We will attach something like so. It's going to give us a poor chance of success, which is not ideal. So we could go ahead and maybe drop in a few hatchet fish. But the downside then is that it's skewing a little too much over to the generalist, and we don't have really we don't have the resources to support more generalists. I really just want scientists. So that's something that we're having to deal with, and I don't want to have to deal with that lifespan. So this is what the outcome becomes. I'm not sure. We'll run this, see what happens. I think because we're expanding, we can always use more people. So it's not a bad thing, but it's something we have to be a little bit more realistic about. In the meantime, it's telling us we need to get a trench extractor. Where would that be? All right, so that's kind of embarrassing. I was struggling finding the trench extractor. Couldn't find it for the life of me. But I guess I wasn't looking with my eyes open. We have found the trench extractor. We do need 90 science. We're just right on the cusp of that. So we're moving in the right direction. So nothing wrong with that. We do have another damaged building. Oh, that's never a good sign. That's our O2 building. Where are we set up? Again, this game would be vastly improved with the use of a whatchamacallit, mini map. That would help things significantly. All right, so going back, we have quite a few damaged buildings, which is kind of weird. Oh, that's never a good sign. We still have some unhoused as well. Again, I keep on getting mixed around here. So we are finally in the process of building this new building, and we're still being attacked. I guess we're just gonna have to deal with this. I don't want to invest the power. I really don't. All right, so we do have the correct amount of research. So let's go ahead and we'll unlock the trench extractor, and it looks like we're gonna have to set up a base all the way over here. Now here's the $1 million question. Do you think I can figure out? Should be in this direction. There we go. I can see the light off in the distance. Thank God we set up that outpost. So let's see how this trench extractor works. I'm assuming it would be under resources. No. Exploration. No. Genetics. Interesting. Oh, and it kind of just like connects right there. That's ideal. So we'll go ahead and build that. This makes it a little bit easier. We can go ahead and connect like so. We'll keep it all nice and squared. We've also unlocked a tripod fish, so I'm very curious to see what this is. So why not? While we're at it, except we don't have enough, we don't have the steel for it. This is the issue that we're facing. Not enough steel for what we want to do. We do need to build a dock as well to get the to get our crew member all the way over here. It's a little bit of a drive. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be a little concerned about going through that much darkness. Now there's another thing in this game that I kind of stumbled across. So I knew you could deplete your habitat, and I think it's as long as you don't delete your fauna trap, you're okay. Your fauna trap can replenish. But if you delete your fauna trap, your habitat will be depleted permanently, and then you can no longer build anything on it. It kind of becomes a waste, which is actually really unfortunate. I didn't think that could happen. I thought you could just, destroy it and rebuild it. I'm really sad about that. I did not intend for that to happen the way it did, and I regret what happened. But I am curious what we're going to get out of this extractor. So let's go ahead. We will set up an engineer, and we will move some people around. Let's pull it from our destroyed lab, and we are extracting anomalous genetic material. I wonder if that's going to help us to create some people better genomes. The newly acquired genomes allow us to clone specialist engineers. A team of engineers could fully operate that destroyed research lab we discover. Oh, that's going to help. That's definitely what we need, but it's going to take a whopping 11 days. And I don't know if we have enough power for it. I don't know if we have enough time for it. But in the meantime, it's telling us to man this, and I'm confused. I thought we didn't need just engineers. So let's go check this out. We need 2 engineers. We already have enough engineers for that, but I don't want to risk it. So I guess we'll have to wait for us to pull some genetic material out of there and see what we get. In the meantime, I think the only goal, our next goal, is to figure out our power generation area. This looks really messy. I'm not a huge fan of it. I also might put up another light tower right here just so we can continue to expand our crew quarters. And on top of that, I feel like there should be a better place for us to put our oxygen generators. And there is something that we haven't, I've neglected to unlock, which is really our advanced oxygen generator. So with our oxygen generator, it's going to produce 22. It's going to give us a plus 15 to our air quality. It does require an engineer, and it takes 7 power versus the 4 power that we're getting right now, and we're producing 30. So is that even worth it? How does that make sense? Why is it only producing 22? And that's producing... Oh, you know what? I don't think it's... This is misleading. It produces 9. There we go. That it's because it was daisy chaining all of them together. That's misleading. So this is actually a significantly bigger improvement because we can essentially run 2. We'll save a power, and it's just going to require one engineer. So I think that that's worth it. It's going to allow us to rebuild and reconfigure, and maybe we'll move our submarine factory somewhere else, and we'll take advantage of this this space right here. I'm not too sure yet. We have a lot of opportunities, a lot of options available to us. All right, so we've unlocked our first very rare genome, and it's going to give us a 25% penalty, but a 53% engineer, which is exactly what we needed to find. And I think we have the tools necessary to make this work in our favor. It's going to take a little bit of work, but I think it's going to be okay. All right, so it took a little bit, but we're there, and we're sitting at a 53% engineer mix, and I think this is going to get us the engineers that we need. Although it could go either way, and I'm pretty safe in saying we're going to get 4 people. So let's go ahead with that. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, while we were waiting for that to pop in, what I have been doing is just going around and setting up mining buoys, trying to collect all the remaining above surface deposits that we have available. And check that out, we got our first engineer. Let's see if we can go 4 for 4. That would be fantastic. That's exactly what we need. Anyway, but going back to what I was saying, I have been just going around collecting any of the genomes. That's 2. It's 2 right now. We're moving in the right direction, and not collecting genomes. My goodness, words are not my forte today. The above surface deposits, trying to clear that out. And part of the reason why is, according to this, we have 195 steel laying around somewhere out there, and I can't seem to find it. I think it's one deposit. I just don't know where this deposit is. I would really very much like to find it, because I would love to take advantage of that that steel. I just can't seem to find it. It's maddening. It's really maddening. But I guess it's besides the point. It's right there. That's where it is. My goodness. There we go. Finally found that steel. So I've been looking for that for like the last, like, on and off for at least half an hour. It's just, that was maddening. So what did we end up with? We ended up with 3 engineers and 1 regular generalist. That being said, I think we actually still need some additional generalists. So let's go ahead and we will continue to search for them. Not search for them. I don't know why I said that. We're going to continue to build them. Which is still a really weird saying to have. But I think we have a pretty foolproof way of doing that. So it's going to get us like 6 generalists. And that's exactly what we need. But we finally have the time. I'm going to pause really quickly. We have the time. We will survive this anomaly. We'll take a hit, and we will rebuild after that ends. But I think we have while we're waiting, you know what? You know what's really annoying? I had this here originally, and I got rid of it, which is why you're seeing this line. So this has happened ever since the last update, where if you lay down a power cable and you delete it, it'll tell you there was a power cable there. It's kind of annoying because I don't want there. Like it's misleading because I keep on thinking I have power there. But anyway, going back to it, I had a light tower there, and I destroyed it because I didn't think we needed it. And lo and behold, I was wrong. I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's on me. But I guess we're dealing with this now. And what do we have? Taking out the light towers. Come on, man. What did they ever do to you? Giant squid, very rare. So, let's see. Maybe, let's see. There is something somewhere around here. Is it under? It's under genetics. It has to be under genetics. Advanced fauna trap. Let's go ahead and unlock this. I've been toying with getting this, and I think now is a perfect time to get it. It's the only way you can set up on a very rare genome section. So let's go ahead and set that up. We are going to need to get a a stabilizer out here as well, sooner rather than later. And you know what? I think rather than later is now. Might as well just build it while we have the opportunity. You know what? I think this might actually be the perfect opportunity for us to disconnect this long, really ugly looking building. And that's actually, you know what? No, we don't want to build that right there. Let's go ahead and we'll build it right here. We'll build it like so. And on top of that, because we do need to get some life support out here, we'll tack on like so. And I think by doing this, we will no longer need... We actually won't need the elevators anymore, so we can get rid of those. Just gonna... I'm really not a fan. If I were a real person, I would not ever want to walk down a tunnel this long. I would just not want to do that. That's just not my cup of tea. So we've successfully cloned some more, and we're running into a situation which is we don't have enough homes. We have 5 so far. Let's hope that we're going to get to 6 or 6. It's a very small chance that we're going to fail. Let's see here. It's telling me we have some idle submarines. Let's go ahead and we'll assign them all over there. That works. So we have more damaged buildings. So let's see. I think they're both being repaired now. That's working. And we have 16 unhoused. That's 8 right there. So that's going to get us the extra 8 that we need. Perfect. I think we're in a good spot. The only thing that we're hurting on right now, so we're generating quite a bit of oil now. We have a nice abundant, and it's actually where the majority of our power is actually coming from our oil. We're getting almost 80 out of our 248. So that's not a bad amount. But we are running into a situation where our coal we're barely hanging on from a coal perspective. So knowing that, is there a way for us to improve coal efficiency? We've already unlocked that. So we do have one more coal efficiency. It's going to reduce it by 70%. We just need to get another 120 science. I think we're okay for that. And we have quite a bit of scientists, engineers. We have an abundance of engineers. So let's go ahead and we will reassign some engineers over here. And we don't really need, we'll take one off the trench excavator and we'll pull one off the drill. And why does this say they have no power? They do have power. Okay, there we go. Weird. The submarine was on its way to the habitat before it was destroyed. We've extracted new coordinates from its transponder, wherever it was headed, it appears linked to the creature that attacked us. This expedition might be highly dangerous. Interesting. I don't remember them talking about a sub, but let's go send an expedition out and try to find it. Let's see here. Extracted coordinates. We need to attach our only scientist. Let's hope. What was this very rare genome? What's this genome going to get us? Just a regular generalist? Really? I thought it was going to be more. I thought it would have been more. Not going to lie. That's unfortunate. But I guess besides the point, we've turned off the destroyed labs. I guess we're not there anymore, but that's okay. We can use those engineers in other places. So we do have the genome. We do have some scientist genome. The downside with this, so we can do something like this. And then 33% chance of a scientist, and then we just have to attach something like that. It's 2 options, two opportunities, 58% chance success. We might walk out with 1 scientist. I really am I would be loath to send our only scientist on this expedition just to find out that they would end up dying. It's not what I would want to happen personally. I think it's a really bad idea. In the meantime, did we unlock the... I can't remember. Did we unlock the oxygen generator? No, we did not. We do need to figure out this area as well. And I wonder if we just have to jump on a bunch of basic air purifiers and just hope for the best. We don't have a whole lot of air over here. Ideally, look at that, we got our first scientist. Ideally, what we would want to do is actually move, I would like to move our power generators and move them side by side, so have them like right here, and then work the coal generators off the back. But in order to do so, we would have to essentially disable and turn off our entire power grid just to do that. So it's kind of going to happen in a piecemeal perspective. And what I mean by that is, and we can start with this right now. We'll go ahead and we'll place one right there. And we'll connect these guys up. Oh, can we not connect you up? Why are you not working like that? Hang on. It's not a good sign. You're ruining what I wanted to do here. Let's try this again. We will go back to power. We will pick an advanced coal generator, and maybe we just need to start a little further back. What is going on here? Why is that happening? This is kind of annoying. It's not what I wanted to do. That ruins my entire plan for this entire section. That's really unfortunate. And maybe we have to build it one at a time. Maybe we'll just have to push our... I didn't want to do this, but maybe we'll push this way. But in order for us to do that, we'd actually have to delete. We'd have to move everything down. That's unfortunate. I don't know what I'm going to do now. We could set up... This would be a terrible use of our resources. Terrible use of our resources, but we could set up another light tower right here and then actually create a whole new power section off on its own, which might actually be worth it if I'm not lying. This actually might work. We could go out like this. Because I don't think, yeah, because we want to get the build area right there, which means that we have to cover that much. Go out, let's build that. We will connect this to the power grid, and we'll continue to run it all the way down. Might as well make a complete loop. And I think maybe we'll just, you know what, we're going to say screw it. This is all going to go off on its own. We're going to keep this on its own. They are on the receiving end of a terrible situation. They have no air quality, only because they're attached to the power section. So I think that makes the most sense to build the power section over here. Let's see here. So we did complete our first set, and we didn't get a whole lot. We only got one, but one is better than none. So we'll go ahead with that, and then we'll pop on just a bunch of these hatchet fish. So again, not a positive success rate, but it's actually going to give us 4. And I think this is actually going to work out. So let's try that. We'll hope for the best. Maybe hopefully get some more scientists out there. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can actually successfully build. So we can build everything right there. And then what if we build them like side by side, like so? Connect them like so. Make it look all nice and neat. And then we'll have it come up like so. It's not what I wanted. Have it connect like that. And we need to get a dock on here. This is what's going to hurt us. We need to get dock and oxygen. So we need to provide some life support. So how we do that, we'll attach it like so. That's a good use of that. And then we'll tack on the dock right on the back end. Now, is that smart? Is that a smart placement, or should I have done it the other way around? I think I should have done this the other way around. So let's, we'll take this off and we'll back it up the other way. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, I think this is the right decision. So like so, and then we'll get our dock on it. So it's going to be completely contained on its own. Once these are built, we'll be able to disconnect the existing. We'll actually not disconnect. We'll break down the existing oil generators. This will move everything over here, which is going to give us the same amount of power, which is what we really want. And then we can start to work our way down and deleting these. This alone, taking these alone, is going to salvage 50% of the air quality on this on that base. Now, in the case that they're going to tell us we need to get some air purifiers on here, what I think we can do is we can actually just tack them on right here. And then it's going to be like its own little self-contained base right in the center. And then we can kind of start working our way over. Ideally, I would like to go complete oil. I just don't think we have the resources available. I do want to keep a little bit of a lift. So I think that that's going to be the best option available to us. The other thing is we are going to power these off for now. I don't want anybody working there. We don't have the oxygen. We can't even support them working there. In the meantime, while we're doing this, we do have the opportunity to finally send some people over here. What we want to do, and I think this is going to be like the normal process, we'll send our 2 people from the Destroy Lab. We'll send somebody from our stabilizers. We can risk like 1 person per stabilizer. And I think we're going to send the basic research lab. Okay, so we'll send them off. Hope for the best. We may need to... where are they even going? Where is this? All the way over here. So we may need to set up a base, an outpost over there. So something to be kind of cautious of. We'll need the resources to support that. And the biggest one right now that we're still feeling the loss of our coal. So we are going to go ahead with that, and that's going to drop it down. Not by much, but it's going to get it back into the green, which is ultimately, I guess, at the end of the day, that's all we could have asked for. It's all we could have asked for. Pull somebody off the food farms. That's going to produce 5 oxygen. They only need 1 each. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to turn these off. We're seeing the I don't think we can actually turn these off just yet. Yeah, that's this is the downside. Okay, let's go ahead and we will pull people back on. I don't know what happened here. I guess we went too early. Not what we should have done. There we go. Okay, so we're back up and running. We'll have to do this piecemeal. And the best way to do that, and we're going to pull off the stabilizers. Like so. Same idea. We'll continue to pull off the stabilizers. And the population should balance itself by doing this. And I think that's the right option. Okay, so now what if we turn these off? I think that did it. Did it? We don't have enough. Goodness gracious. Okay, so you know that Mitten quote from Paradise Lost, in the lowest deep, a lower deep. I have to say it, but we found a lower deep. We can see some accessible resources near the entrance, but there's no telling what could be down there without having a look ourselves. So didn't we already experience that? So we've added some aluminum copper. Thank you very much. We've also discovered a new biome. So let's go check this out. I think this is going to be the last thing we do in this episode. We are running a little bit longer. So we might need to postpone the rest, but this looks like, oh my goodness. I don't know what that is. Can we get an outpost over here? We can. And there's not much room, but we will make it work. All right, and it gave us a mission. The habitat is unlike anything we've ever seen. We must collect samples, gather 3 samples from the surrounding area. All right, so I think with that, we've found a unique tree. It looks like a giant tree is what it looks like. I can't really see a whole lot. We'll have to wait until we get the outpost set up, but it looks like we're going to deal with a tree. We are going to end the episode right here. I think it's getting a little bit longer than I intended for it to be. But at the end of the day, I think we got a lot done. The only thing I want to happen is I need this oxygen to fix itself. And I don't know how it's going to do that. There we go. So we're running on oxygen. We have 2 people there. More than enough demand for that. We will pull people off of this. Don't want you on the coal generator. You produce more over here than you do anywhere near the coal generator. Destroy this. Go ahead and destroy this. And look at that. We've successfully started our process in moving all of our oil generation off onto its own. And not that it's going to improve the air quality, but it's moving up in the right direction. As always, please feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the game. Let me know what you think of the content, what you think of me. I'm always open to suggestions. And of course, if you're feeling up to it, it would be really cool. Feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, ciao for now, everybody.